Hello, welcome to Digital Trailblazers. This is Leah Ray Getz with Digital Trailblazer, and I'm super excited to help you tonight get to a consistent $20,000 a month. So, we've been covering a ton of topics lately, and it's been a minute since we've been able to circle back and talk launch strategy. Looking at a lot of the folks who are coming into the group these days and into our sphere, they're really looking at how to get started. How do you create your offer or finalize or tweak so it's really sellable? And then how do you get it to the market? How do you grow this, get a consistent $20,000 a month in your business? So that's what we're talking about tonight. It's going to be all sorts of loads of fun. So as you jump on, say howdy, let me know you are here tonight, where you're watching from, and we're going to get into the good stuff. So you better have a pen and paper handy because it's going to be too much to go on memory. I got my notes already written out. It's going to be some really solid stuff. So jump on out. Let me know you are here with me tonight. And also, ladies and gentlemen, let's have some fun and do a lot of commenting because Facebook, I don't know, have you guys noticed this? Events previously were letting us invite 500 people at a time to an event. So you could invite thousands, but it was like a chunk of 500. There's a glitch or there's something going on today where you can invite 50. So only a handful of people in our group were invited to this. So why don't you take your notes in the chat of this live so that it tells the algorithm how amazing it is and that the rest of our group and the rest of our followers and people have a chance to actually see it themselves. Okay, because you are one of the lucky ones that got notified of this or it came up in your feed. So let's be really chatty here tonight and let's see how many folks we can have this conversation with. So hey Tracy, good to see you again. Happy Monday. Yes. So Tracy's already commenting the good stuff. I love it. So if you're seeing this stuff tonight and if you're really serious about getting to 20,000 a month or you want to really build and grow and have a solid foundation for your business and have consistent sales that you're not just word of mouth or waiting on referrals, then comment info in the chat. We can talk. We can see how we can help you out with this. This is our expertise, clearly. That's why I'm training it tonight. And I've got a little giveaway for y'all too. So comment 20K in the comments, and I'm going to give you a course that we actually created to sell. So it's actually a sellable course that we have, and I'm going to give it to y'all for free tonight because I'm feeling generous. And it's a reward for commenting. So comment a whole bunch of times so that you earn your course, your $47 course for free. Okay. So good. Yes, Audrey. Good to see you. Good to see you. Okay. So let's jump on in. Yes. So show some love, do lots of comments, earn your $47 course. And then comment 20K, and myself or one of my team members, Matt, will follow up and get that to you later on. Okay, so happy Monday. Let's dive on in. So what we're talking about tonight is 3 essential phases to this. You want to make $20,000 a month. Well, we're going to talk about it in the launch initially and then also month to month. You want to have reliable, consistent information. Listen, I can comment all night. Awesome, Tracy. I love it, and I'm waiting for it. You want to create reliable, consistent business revenue for your business, getting clients in the door. And I love word of mouth and I love referrals, and I'll take them every day, all day long, but I don't want to rely on them. I want to be able to drive traffic. I want to be able to control the amount of revenue I'm generating month to month. And then any word of mouth or referrals, that's icing on the cake because that's not something I can control too much. So I want to focus on what I can control. So that's what we're going to talk about today. How do you control this? How do you actually set this up for success from the beginning? Now, this isn't like, I'm just going to put something out there and manifest that it's going to happen. I love all the manifestors. I get it to an extent. However, you got to put some elbow grease in there, right? You got to put some elbow grease in there for this to actually work. This isn't going to magically happen. Hey, Alicia, welcome. Yes. It's for a course, Alicia. Good. So yes, put that in there. Teach you. Yes. All right. So let's start with the create phase because some of you have great offers that you're already selling. And so this will be a quick review for you But a lot of folks that are following us are just kind of stuck or working through the process of creating their main offer. So let's break this down. What should that offer look like? This offer should not be information. I say this all the time. Don't say, I'm going to teach them this stuff or they're going to learn this thing. No, we've got Google, we've got YouTube. Don't teach people things. That's not what the course is about. The course, the program, the coaching thing, it's about a result. So I help people lose weight. I help people get back into pre-baby shape. I help moms discover themselves again after their kids go off to college. I help, like, what's the result? Okay. What is the transformation? So that's a beautiful word, transformation, Audrey. But what transformation? Because that could mean anything. So very, very specific result. And who specifically do you serve? Now, this, I know we have a lot of people that have good word of mouth businesses that are here just kind of poking around, learning a little bit more about the online side, which is great. And we love you. Now, when people are coming to you word of mouth, if you can help them, help them. They don't have to fit into this narrow niche and sub niche and target that you're focusing on in your online marketing. If you can help them, if it's word of mouth, if they come to you, sell. Okay. Take those clients and sell to them. Now, there's a difference though in what you're pushing out there into the marketplace to serve people. Okay. Pushing this out into the marketplace, it's got to be super specific and super narrow. So don't get all hung up if you're word of mouth based. You're like, well, I help everybody and I have all these different clients. I get it. I get it. I get it. But in your marketing with things you're pushing out there, you need to be the go-to person for this specific thing. When they hear your message, you are like entering into the conversation they're already having with themselves in their mind. You can't do that if you're the jack of all trades, right? You can't do that if you're everything to everyone. No one hears you if you're too broad and generic. So super duper specific, right? I help moms, empty nesting moms rediscover themselves and find joy, right? That's big because I mean, I'm in the thick of it with little kids right now. I can't even imagine 15, 20 years from now when like they're suddenly gone and they've been your whole life for all of this time, right? So no, really, really specific. Okay. So what's that result? And make sure that result has a really high value for people, that it's really meaningful for them. It's not like, yeah, I kind of want that, but I really want that. So in order, like the simplest way to get to $20,000 a month is in the high ticket space. Now, I'm not saying a $10,000 program out of the gate. I'm absolutely not saying that. And if you're trying to sell a $10,000 program out of the gate, you've gotten bad coaching. That is not a really good way to go, unless you're in a very unicorn space. Okay. The humanoids, the real people here, that's not a good idea. Okay. Instead, get really, really you're going to be high ticket, but lower high ticket to start, because the first program, when you're creating it, you need testimonials to justify the increase in price. So even if you want it to be long term a $10,000 program, maybe it starts at 5,000, maybe at 2,500. You want to make the first offering of this such a no-brainer that it's like, duh, this is stupid. Why am I not buying this? Okay. Really high touch, a really good structure. So let's, in this scenario, I'm going to challenge you, come up with something really high value for $2,500. It could be 5,000, it could be 10,000 later down the road, but for now, 2,500, super discounted price, really high value. People see it and they're like, I gotta just buy that. That's just stupid not to buy that. Okay. That's what you want to create with this first version. So let's say it's a program. So okay, I'll think of one because I actually bought a program similar to that price before. So let's say it's a 3-month weight loss nutrition program for $2,500. Okay, I've done this. I've been a customer of this. Okay, and it's a full meal plan. It's once a week coaching sessions, one on one. It's group sessions twice a week. It's whatever. Okay, so it's a really good structure. Every week you're gonna, there's recorded or group sessions that you're going to be teaching something, and then when you meet individually with our coach, you're going to be checking in. How is it going implementing it? What are you learning? What's your struggles? All that kind of stuff. So really high value, high touch. The goal of the first time you get this on the market is to get them results. The real revenue isn't in the money. Like the real benefit for you as the coach isn't in the money from the beta launch. The real long-term game is the testimonials you create in that beta launch. So now I still want you to make 8 sales at $2,500 to get to $20,000 in the launch, but understand that the real value is really the testimonials, because a great testimonial will I thank you, Tracy. A great testimonial will make you money over and over and over and over again. So create a really good structure, define your niche, your target audience, what's the result you're going to achieve. Make sure it's at a nice discounted price, but still good. Like 8 sales is doable, right? 8 sales at $2,500 is $20,000. So if you take a whole month to make those sales, that's totally fine. That can be your launch month. So the idea, and if I'm throwing the word around beta and you're unfamiliar with it, let me explain it. So the beta is like the first time you bring a program to the market, the first time you're offering it to people, and you can do it live, which is the simple way to go. Instead of sitting behind your desk for 6 months and creating a bunch of recordings and doing all of this different stuff, instead set it up. So, this is, how many weeks or how many months, and have a structure to it and deliver it live every week to your audience, to the people who actually purchased. You can turn those recordings, if they're great recordings, you could turn them directly into the training, or you could re-record them and polish them up if you wanted later. Okay. But create the really good structure and make it really, really juicy. This is the phase when you're creating it. We really hone in with our clients on their marketing message, because that's what's key. Right? That's what, like, how you position the offer is what gets people super excited and taking out their credit cards and like, I got to work with her. She is amazing. Right. So it's really important that you have a really good message. All of that stuff is really defined. So I hope you took a whole bucket of notes and then transcribe them here over into the comments so that everyone else can see as well. So sorry, my cat just jumped in my lap, clearly. Okay, so that's creating the offer. Now we're not sitting down and recording. We're actually just creating out, it's figuring out who it's for, what you're going to do with your clients, basically, right? Now, the second phase then is launching. We need to get in front of people. We need to build know, like, and trust, and then we need to offer them a chance to join the beta. Now, why can't you just pitch people out of the blue for this? Because you don't have testimonials yet. In order to sell to really cold traffic, you need great testimonials. You need testimonials of people who got really specific results. Not just like, hey, that Tracy, that Audrey's like super good coach, so supportive. I felt so loved. That's wonderful. But in order to really sell to cold traffic, it's like that Tracy, that Audrey, and then I got her help and I got a promotion at work. Oh, sorry. My cat just kneed me in the leg for, I don't know, whatever reason, their claws. Don't do that. Cats. So I got that promotion at work, or it healed our marriage. We are no longer on the track to divorce, like whatever it is that your thing is, right? So very specific result oriented testimonials is what allows you to sell to cold traffic. That's third party validation of saying, hey, yeah, I'm kind of like that person, and this is the result that they got that person. I bet I could get, they could get me results, is essentially what that's saying in people's minds. So if you don't yet have those, how do you overcome not having that third party validation? You overcome it with first party validation. You overcome it by building that relationship, building that know, like, and trust factor. So Tracy, we got chatting last night. She was on the live. She was on the live again today. Like, imagine a few weeks from now, continually interacting with someone in your content, in your group, in your email. they're starting to know you. They're starting to see the value. You're listening to this. You're like, hey, oh, hi, Catherine. Good to see you. Hi, this isn't just another fluffy training where they're just trying to sell me something. There's actually some meat in here. This gal knows what she's talking about. Building that know, like, and trust so that when you put the offer in front of them, they're actually willing to take that chance with you and are excited to make a purchase. So, how does this really work? Okay, so you're going to start with driving traffic, and there's many ways to do this, and we have a lot of training here in the group for options to drive traffic. There's a lot of different options for this, but it could be Facebook ads, it could be podcast guesting, it could be your content on social media, it could be all kinds of different things, and networking, affiliate stuff, JV stuff, all kinds of stuff. But you're going to create traffic that's getting in front of people, but then you need to get them to opt in. So just appearing on a podcast isn't going to sell your stuff. You need to have a lead magnet, something of value for free you're giving away. Now, it could be a PDF download, a course, an audio file. I've used Trello boards, all kinds of different things can be lead magnets that you're giving away, speaks to your target audience, naturally fits with what you're trying to offer. So offer that when you're on that podcast, when you're running your Facebook ad, that's what we're offering. When you're doing a collaboration event with someone, that's what you're giving away to their audience because now they're getting on your email list. If you don't have that setup done, you need to get that basic setup done. If that's completely overwhelming to even think about, then type in info. We'll chat and see how we can help you with that. If you are tech savvy and you're ready to rock and roll, I do suggest you check out ConvertPoint. It's a really phenomenal system that will actually set up that initial lead magnet funnel for you. So yeah, convertpoint.io. There you go. There's the shameless plug, right? So with that lead magnet, now they're opting in on a capture page. Okay, so there's some setup, some technical pieces here. They're getting added to your email address, email list, and a series of emails should be going out to them. So maybe you just only have one email so far. That's if you're just getting started. Okay, you want to build on that over time. But here's your freebie, and then you're emailing your list 2, 3, 4, 5 times a week because you're doing content. You're showing up in your Facebook group, on your personal page, on your YouTube channel, and you want to let your list know, love on them, or share a blog post that you wrote or an interview that you did with someone. Just share value, building that know, like, and trust factor. Get them to join your Facebook group. If you all don't have your own Facebook group and you're just chilling with mine, well, I love you and I'm happy you're here chilling in mine and learning from us, but you should learn what we're doing. You should see how well this works. You should have your own Facebook group that you are building and nurturing. So when they get on your email list, you're inviting them to join the Facebook group. And through both the email list and inside your Facebook group, you're inviting them to take the next step with you. Book a call. And you don't have to jump into a sales call. It can be a quick discovery call. See how you can help them. No pitch. Like for anybody who's like, I need help with this stuff. I know this isn't my jam and I've got really big goals this year. And I know that I'm going to need some help with how to figure that out. Cool. Type in info here on this live and I'll follow up with you. We'll schedule a time to talk and it'll be a quick discovery call. If we're not a good fit, we know that out of the gate. I'll send you some. We'll send you some sort of training or gift or whatever. If we are, awesome. Here's some more information to look at about what we do with our clients, and then let's schedule a separate conversation. So there's no pitch on those calls. That's how you should set this up. So it's a really low resistance, and it's just an opportunity to talk to people and sort and like make connections, create relationships, and see if they're actually a good fit potentially for you. Okay. So you're going to invite them from your Facebook group to these conversations, in your emails, all of that, booking calls. You want a $20,000 launch. You want to get 8 sales in a month to launch this program at $2,500. You're going to be taking sales calls. A expert, a really good marketer could potentially do it with a webinar or something like that if they have an existing list and a reputation and audience, all this kind of stuff. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about brand new, getting started, be ready to take sales calls. Okay. This is the reality of it. And it's great because if you're going to work with someone, if you're going to let them into your beta, you should flush them out a bit and make sure that they're really going to do the work and it's going to be a good fit. You don't want to let just anybody into that if they've got a bad attitude, if they're a Debbie Downer, if they're a whiner, if any of that stuff, like you don't want them as clients anyway, right? Especially in the beta group where you're going to work so hands on with them and make sure they get amazing results. So, um, let's say, and this is all hypothetical, right? So let's say the 1st of February is when you start offering sales calls or offering discovery calls with your leads, and you have the opportunity to sell during the month of February. Everything kicks off March 1st. Okay, fabulous. So you would have 4 weeks. Go ahead, sell your little tail off. Uh, Always inviting people to that next step, inviting them to that discovery call, setting those sales calls, and that sell. Okay. And then on March 1st that's when you're actually doing week one. Like week one starts and you're actively delivering the content, delivering the coaching to your clients that have purchased. So you want to sell your little tushy off during that amount of time. And you're going to give value, because when you don't have those testimonials, you overcome that by giving a ton of free value that people really builds that relationship with them. Okay. So that is the beta process. Now, say you're going to work with them for a month, 2 months, or whatever, and just help them get really good results. And then you're going to request testimonial videos, help like getting them to really say what transformed in their lives, in their business, in their health, in their relationships. Get specific. They want specifics on these videos, not just she's so cool, which I'm sure you are. We want specifics. So collect those testimonials from that beta group. And depending on how awesome and how many of those testimonials you get, you can now start to increase your price. So you could go from maybe 2,500 to 3,000 or 4,000 or 5,000. It really depends on the kind of testimonials and how many of them you have. Okay. So let's say, you're selling from February 1st to March 1st. You're working on filling your beta. March 1st through mid-April, you're just working with your clients, focus on getting them results, working on the content and stuff that you're delivering to them, all that kind of stuff. And then come April, you're making end of April, you're transitioning into selling this ongoing, creating your evergreen process. Because having a $20,000 launch, yay, congratulations, that's phenomenal. But how many people want to make $20,000 only one time? Yeah, I'm not seeing a lot of hands being raised right now. Would you rather make $20,000 month after month after month? Yeah, I know I would. Right? So instead of doing a one-time thing, getting it return consistently, like I said at the beginning, so that you can have $20,000 months because you have the traffic, you've got the systems, you've got all of these core elements in place. And now you can sprinkle in the handful of referrals that you get every month. And that's just icing on the cake, Audrey, month after month. Absolutely. So how do we do this? Okay. So consistently selling 20,000. Let's say you increase the price to $4,000 to make $20,000 a month. That's only 5 sales a month. That's it. 5 sales a month. So if you kind of backtrack this a little bit, you could say maybe estimate 100 leads conservatively, generate 100 leads to get 1 sale. You could potentially do better, but let's just be a little conservative. So over the entire month, you want to generate 500 leads for your business to get 5 sales, plus your word of mouth, your referrals, all that other stuff. That's the magic, ladies and gentlemen. So traffic into the system, right? Lead gen, getting them on your email list, getting them in your Facebook group, nurturing them. And then within your group now and on your emails, in your follow-up series, you're just always inviting people to talk. Always invite them to the next step. If they don't know you at all, give them a freebie. If they saw the freebie, and then invite them to the group. Like always just one step closer to you. There comes a point where you can only get so close if you make a purchase, right? So always invite them to the next step going on. So you want your email list set up, you want your Facebook group, and you want to be active. Do you see what we do in our Facebook group? I go live at least once a week in this group. For years, I've done this, not just like when I felt like it, like all the time for years. There's been maybe a dozen times that I've missed it over the last 3, 4 years. That's how consistent that we are. Because why? Because it's our business. I'm a business owner. If I say I have a business, I better step up and do what the business requires. This is what the business requires. I am being present and I'm sharing and I'm giving value. So, all of you who see this live, all of you who see this later on as a replay, you're drawing one step closer. Maybe you want our course, the $47 course. I'll give it to you for free. Type in 20K in the comments. Maybe you've been through some of our stuff, or you just know like you need some help and you've watched a few of our things like, she's got this. She can help me out. Like, let's just chat and see what that looks like. Type in info in the chat. I show up week after week after week. So whether you're ready now or you're ready in 6 months, I'm still here. I'm still showing up. You're still getting the notifications in your email about tonight's training. You're still getting the notifications in Facebook, invited to a new Facebook Live that day. So that when you are ready, who are you going to come to? Are you going to randomly click on some ad that pops up on Facebook of somebody you have no idea who they are and buy their stuff? Or are you going to be like, she helped me? She actually clearly knows what she's doing. And you've built that know, like, and trust factor with me, with Digital Trailblazer, right? That's what you do over time. There have been people on our list for years on our list and in our Facebook group who are just, come around randomly, who've been following forever and become a paid client. And maybe a little paid client or a lot of paid client, right? Low ticket, high ticket. So always be consistent, always show up and just give, and always invite them to the next step. With a simple, like running a Facebook ad into to email list and Facebook group together. Like in our business, we've done that to $30,000 plus. I think some 40, 45 maybe on the top with just that one process per month. So it works. You got to be consistent. You got to show up. Okay. So was this helpful for you? Let me know in the comments. Let me know. And what questions do you have? Because I can stick around for a couple minutes here and answer questions, because I think this is this is everything. Getting this part down is what holds back so many people from, number one, making the revenue they're looking for, but more importantly, making the impact that they're called to. Because money is just a measure of the impact that you're making in the world. So we may talk about money because it's, it's juicy, it's interesting, it gets people's attention. But the truth of the matter is that money is just a reflection. It's a measure of the impact that you're making. So how much impact are you making and how much impact do you want to make? If you want to make $20,000 a month, then this process is what you need to get started with. If you don't have these systems in place, if you're stuck at any point here, type in info, let's chat. We'll just see. We'll talk, see if we can help you with this. Because I don't want you to have these big goals for 2024. And then, we touch base in Q2 and still getting ready to get ready. In Q3, ooh, so close, but I got a little distracted, but I'm back on track now. In Q4, same old. I've seen it so often. It drives me nuts. So I don't want that to be you. Get the help that you need if you need it, but follow this process. And this is what will take you to a very consistent, stable revenue that you can be in control of. And then just sprinkle in those magic referrals and word of mouth on top of that and create a beautiful, beautiful 6+ figure business. So yes, as I will be back here, ladies and gentlemen, same time every Monday, 7 Eastern, 6 Central, 4 Pacific time. If you have a question, if you've got a comment maybe on what training you want next, type it in here. If you haven't been to the guide section of our group, it is just beautiful. The amount of value in there is huge. I highly suggest going through the guide section in our group. And if there's something missing or something that's really you want to focus on, like traffic or lead gen or closing or whatever, then just type it here, because guess who sets the agenda for next week? This lady. So I can set the agenda based on what you want if you tell me what you want. So put that in here and I will see y'all. Remember, grab your 20K, 0 to 20K course. Type in 20K, type in info to chat with us, see how we can help you out. And just drop a bunch of love, ladies and gentlemen. Share, give some reactions, drop some emojis, whatever you got to do, because the Facebook algorithm's always changing. And we saw that again tonight. So make sure to do that so everybody in the group can learn and grow. Have a blessed day, ladies and gentlemen. I will see you next Monday. Bye.